it's Todd Ault, everybody. It's Risk On. It's April 22nd, 2022. This is episode 212. Oh, wow. Jason is in the house, back from back east, out there looking for power. That's what you do for a Bitcoin miner, right, Jason?
We are back.
Was it a fun trip?
Yeah.
Did you get any crab?
Well, that would... No, I didn't.
No, any lobster?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a lobster roll?
Yeah. No, we got lobster.
Oh, I'm jealous. Skylar, what's up?
Hello, happy Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. It's my first free weekend in about 2 months because we have races and there's so many things happening in the next 2 months.
I'm sad to report that I learned today that my producer, Christy, has multiple men left in her life. And so she just made it clear to me how unimportant I was. I'm just kidding. There's no like hiding the elephant in the room here, right? What's the elephant in the room? Not me physically being the elephant. I know that you guys, haters out there want to say the physical size of me is like an elephant, but and I don't have quite the long nose that the elephant does, but I do have a nose that can sniff out issues, and I can sniff out that, as we said multiple times, and I see all you texting me. Sometimes I feel like a parent that has to tell its child, we're gonna have some medicine. We chose to raise capital because we were concerned that the Fed was going to raise rates. And Jason, I have to say, I don't want to be right, but so far I'm right. Right? You saw a wholesale sell-off today. That I think the Dow was down at one point more than 1,000 points. And you see the average miner in America, Mara, Riot, et cetera, down like almost 50%. You see the NASDAQ down 18%. You see the S&P being down 10%. But the carnage in small cap is real. It is a real carnage. It's out of control. It is bad. But I'm not losing any sleep because BitNile is well capitalized, and I love our businesses. Okay, but I have a producer, and she's telling me to get my ass in gear. So we're going to talk about the Risk On conference. We'll get back to the market update. I promise you, Jason will give you his commentary as always. This is Risk On, and we're going to talk about the Risk On Business Conference May 12th through the 15th. And boy, oh boy, are we filling up fast. And I appreciate all those people. Hundreds of people signing up or that are going to be there too, which is exciting. Damon John, Josh, I never say his name, Josh Altman, the #1 broker in the country. Anthony Scaramucci, the Mooch. I think this is the coolest thing ever. Nicole Arbor is going to be there. Guys, Nicole Arbor is going to be in the house. That is the coolest thing ever. Nicole Arbor. Bradley, Lee Steinberg, Charles Payne, Chris Wu, Greg Foss, Connor Daly, Aaron Schock, and Mike Searock will be in the house. This is a great day, right? I think it's going to be exciting. Get your tickets at riskonevents.com. That's riskonevents.com. 1-844-4-RISK-ON. 1-844-4-RISK-ON. Brett, let's roll the clip like a well-oiled machine that we are.
Conference. We are launching a platform, the Risk On Business Platform. The speaker list continues to grow.
And it is a business conference. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to earn stuff. Whatever your business is, if you want to scale it, you want to be here. I priced this so that everyone could come and includes your hotel rooms. Here in Vegas at the Paris Hotel, if you get there, you get $100 worth of Bitcoin. You get Closer School with Brad Lee for 1 year.
Call 844-4-RISK-ON or go to riskonevents.com.
Is that video like, is that Willie? He's like, he did a voiceover? Wow. Market update?
I'm surprised you got Nicole Arbor in there. That's a good get.
Why? Why are you
She's
surprised?
like the female version of JP Sears.
I like Nicole.
She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's great. She is.
She tells it like it is. And
Oh, yeah,
In today's day and age, people get butthurt over that.
Oh, there will be some. Nicole is outspoken. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But hey, she's Nicole. Let's go to a market update real quick, though.
I mean, really, we're building back better here with the Dow, huh? Down 979 points.
Are we running the market update thing? Am I missing something? We already did? Wow. Oh, I can't see my screen. You guys blocked me off.
Oh, you guys got the... screen right over here. What about the
Oh,
terrible
that's
top?
the screen right there? That's live?
There it goes. There you go.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Oh,
got
I
it.
see it.
All right, learning.
Okay.
Bitcoin, Jason, let's just cover the market real quick because it's a
All right, let's just rip through the NASDAQ down 335. I mean, it's just, where do we even look for any green? Was there any green anywhere? Oh, yeah, that's right. The DXY, the index
I think
for
Mullen
the
was
US
up
dollar.
7 cents.
Was Mullen up?
Yeah. Mullen was the blue chip of the day. Although I think Colgate was up, though, too. Wasn't
Okay.
Colgate up or something?
Yeah, the Colgate JCSE was an IPO. I believe that was up like 300%.
No, but Colgate, like the actual, consumer staple company, did well today, too. Let's go through the Dow.
Everything was down. The S&P was down 121, 4271. The Nasdaq finished 12,839 down 335.
Ouch.
The Dow is 33,819. That was down 2.81%, 979 big ones. Bitcoin right now, as we speak, 39,523. We lost 40,000 again, huh?
Yeah, we lost 40,000, and the Dow down for the 4th straight week in a row.
Yeah.
4 weeks down. This is not a pleasant time. But let me show you some stocks that I did, for full disclosure, I did trade Bed Bath & Beyond today on the baby whatever news.
That's a meme stock.
I made some money in that. Let's go to my screen real quick. This is not a recommendation, but 3rd day in a row down. I did buy for the first time in forever, down 500 points from where it was in November. More than 500 points. I did enter and nibble at Netflix today.
Netflix.
Look at Netflix, dude. Now, $100 billion market cap, $30 billion in sales, $5 billion in profit. They can move a lot of levers. I'm buying Netflix for under 20 times earnings, right, by the way? So you know that.
I mean, didn't somebody just sold their whole position in Netflix?
Yeah,
Was it
Bill Ackman. Yeah, which is why I bought it.
Yeah, Ackman sold off.
He bought it the wrong time, and he sold it because he felt like he had to.
Yeah.
Well, he's smart as hell, so I'm not challenging him.
No.
But being a small cap manager as I am, I'm able to take a small amount of money and nibble around. Like he's sloshing around with hundreds of millions and billions of dollars.
Sure.
And I sloshed around with a little bit of money and bought some Netflix. Not a recommendation for you to buy Netflix. Consult your financial advisor. This is a show for entertainment purposes. So there you go.
We didn't get through. Oil is actually down today, 101.67. WTI light sweet crude, a barrel 101.67. Ethereum 29.55. Gold has been tamped down 19.34.
Wow, Nile broke 50 cents.
Nile dropped below 50 cents.
Even though we raised money at much higher prices, 200 million at 381.
Okay.
And the rest, I think it was at 79, 70. This is crazy. Just wholesale, sell it off. Just get rid of it. That's what people are doing. I can't really comment further than that. Don't know what to tell anybody. I can say, though, for the 9,000th time, the NYSE American does not have a dollar rule.
Correct.
It doesn't have the same rule as the NASDAQ. They don't delist you if you go below $1. You don't get a warning lower below $1. And we are not planning on any reverse. So we don't have it on the agenda. We don't have it in our proxy. We haven't filed a proxy. We don't have a plan to reverse the stock. Why would we? We have more than, if you look at the end of the year, we had $490 million in assets, and we raised $10 million when we filed the 10K for subsequent events. So well over $500 million in assets and earnings power. We don't need to reverse. I don't know why. I'm getting pounded with that question.
Well, they're asking. Are you
going to reverse? Are you going to reverse? Are you going to reverse?
Is the ATM done? Is the ATM done? Please stop diluting. Please stop diluting.
Oh,
all right. That's it.
Okay, that's all. That's all we're gonna. Don't dilute. Give a hoot. Don't dilute. And is the ATM done? What is not done is the market going down. I think we go lower.
Yeah, way lower.
Way lower.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, way lower. Why? My interest rate last year on my house was 2.85.
What's it now? 5 and a Q?
5.7%. It will be, in my opinion, by the end of the month, early next month. Right now it's 5.4.
So what are we looking at?
By the way, I did not get an adjustable. I got a fix for 30 years. So gotcha. I gotcha.
So how do we take advantage
lock
of this?
that baby in. 30-year rate. Okay. I've been there for a year. 285. What do I tell my wife? Don't miss that payment. Don't default on that loan because that bank wants that money back.
Oh, my God.
And I'm not even going to say what bank it is. Speaking of bank, okay, let's go to my screen real quick here. This is the coolest thing ever. Hold on a second here. Let me play this. Okay. Does it have any audio or not? Yes. Okay, but it's starting over. Hold on a second here. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, ready? Got my screen yet? Yep. Let's go. How do I turn my audio on? Oh, I see it. Not letting me do it.
Ja, fester! Ich gehe in Deckung. Fantastisch!
You can't let him beat you down, dude. I don't let anyone beat me down. I got a plan. That guy had a plan. He had a plan to stay in the game. Did you see that? That was crazy. Hey, today there was an article. If you people out there, you investors out there, you friends of mine, check out my Twitter. Biopharmajournal.com had a nice article on the escalating drug study for AL001 going into phase 2. Jason, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Market's terrible.
They do not care.
It's a wholesale reset on the market. I've been through these, by the way. 33 years of seeing it. Jason and I, we positioned ourselves really. We kind of like in the beginning of the right at the end of the year, we liquidated most of our stuff. Right.
Yeah.
We got long Bitcoin miners.
We did.
We own effectively Bitcoin, which is a credit default swap on fiat currency. Right?
We're going to
I mean,
see
in my
50.
opinion.
Yeah, we'll see 50 basis points hike in May, I believe.
Right.
The blood will continue to flow. You know what's up though?
What?
The almighty U.S. dollar.
How's the dollar so
30
strong?
trillion in debt.
It's crazy.
Printed into oblivion.
It's amazing.
You know why it's so strong?
Why?
Because the rest of the world is even worse than we are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's a 101.
So it's a relative strength.
Yeah, it is. Opposed to the fiat, other fiat. You know, if you look at it in comparison to the commodities market,
Right.
then it's a POS, obviously. But
Ouch.
the DXY measures the relative strength against other fiat currencies. And if you look at the chart, let's just look at it real quick.
Well, the Fed, Mester, she said that she did doubt that they needed to shock interest rates, and she's only supporting a 0.5% increase from here. Not that there's not more after that, but
Yeah.
not like this shocking, like 75 basis points or something.
101 on the DXY, all-time high is 102, I believe. Here's the thing. If you continue to raise rates like this, then the market's going to continue to bleed out. And the other thing you can look at as far as raising rates is the housing market will be under severe pressure because currently home builders, they buy raw materials 6 months in advance. They're looking at supply, demand. While demand is still high, you're starting to see some, I mentioned this before, you're going to start to see isolated crumbling markets. Count me in for the one that's going to start it all. Boise, Idaho. Sorry, Neil Ault. I know you're in Idaho.
What's up?
Boise, Idaho will be the shot heard around the world. And then you'll see Austin, Texas,
What's
in
the
my
shout?
opinion. Market's going to be massively, it's overvalued. It's going to crumble.
Oh, you think?
Regionally, you're
I
gonna
think he
see-
bought early, though.
Yeah, that's fine. But the problem is the housing market's going to crash. That's just my opinion.
If you are long Netflix and you had some pain, I think there's some more pain for Disney. Let's pull up my screen real quick.
Disney's in trouble.
Disney
Politically.
has made an enemy of the future president of the United States.
Correct.
Literally in 1967, when Walt Disney built Disney World, they signed a treaty that allowed them effectively special status. They were actually, if you really looked at it, Disney World is actually like a country inside a country. They had the ability to create a nuclear power plant. They run their own police department. They own the water, sewer. They are their own entity. And that special tax status, that status of being their own country inside Florida, which true, by the way, it's true. Should read about it. It's really fascinating what Walt Disney got out of Florida. It has been revoked. And by June of 2023 or July, they will lose that status. And that means that, well, he signed it.
Disney's you go woke and you go broke. What happened to CNN Plus?
CNN Plus, never heard of it.
It was that pay-for-play subscription. I think CNN Plus.
Don't worry. They rolled that into HBO.
They called it a day. I think they folded.
I actually going to tell you a true story. On the day that CNN Plus was running, one of the days, we actually had more viewers one day than they did. You and I.
Oh, I believe it.
We had more viewers than CNN Plus.
I believe it.
They rolled all that content, exciting content. By the way, I like some of the content. The guy who hung himself. What's his name? The guy who
Jeffrey Epstein?
No, not Jeffrey Epstein. What's the
didn't
guy
hang
who hung himself? He's a cook.
Oh, the foodie guy.
Oh, Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain. I love that guy. I think he was great. I loved watching the show, and I actually watched CNN for that show. I loved it. I thought it was great to see him. I love the episode where he saw Obama in Vietnam, and they had Pho over there. It was like the coolest thing ever, and it's a shame that the world lost him because it was a great show. There are shows on there, and in fact, I founded Alzheimer's Neuro on the basis of seeing Sanjay Gupta interviewing Dr. Chow on Weeds 2, I believe. So I do watch it, contrary to my partner's views that I shouldn't watch anything that has any kind of left-leaning intent. But not all their shows are left-leaning. So I did watch CNN, but not CNN Plus like everybody else. They didn't watch that either.
CNN Plus did. They're getting wrecked by people like Joe Rogan and Timcast. Tim Pool. Get a look at Tim Pool if you get a chance.
Who's
on
Tim
YouTube.
Pool?
He's a former Bernie guy who actually is now a middle-of-the-road YouTuber that's getting millions of views.
When I grew up, there used to be a commercial. I think Christy would recognize this commercial. Fall into the gap. Fall into the gap. Let's go to my screen real quickly. And speaking of falling, this is the Gap. Now, sold that stock at $23 last year.
Gap.
The stock is $11.69 in the aftermarket, down 17.90% as the CEO of Old Navy resigns, which has 1,200 stores.
Wow.
And I would put this on my radar. I wouldn't buy it. Dana Telzy says not the time to buy Gap, but that is going to be an undervalued asset. I'm going to keep my eye on Gap. As you notice, you're probably seeing a different format. Jason and I are going to start talking about stocks again that we like because we're starting to see discounts. All right, Jason, we're starting to see bargains, right?
Retail, I'm not a fan of retail.
You and I don't have to agree.
Right.
But I'm just telling everybody out there, put the Gap on your radar. Don't buy it. Now, for full disclosure, I'm going to buy it. But you should consult your financial advisor or just put it on your radar and do what you think is best for yourself because we are definitely not
financial advisors.
Yeah.
No, we are not. We are not.
No, definitely not. If you don't mind, real quickly, Randy has to do something, and for me, so I'm going to bring Randy in real quick, and then bring Skyla back because Randy has to step out. So if we could bring Randy in real quick, we'll get an update on the Indy 500, and then Randy has to do an errand. So we're going to make that happen real quickly here. The show will commence. Will be over within 28 minutes. We are going to shut the show down at 2 o'clock. But we are going to answer some questions the last 10 minutes or so, the best we can. I assume I know what the questions are, so we'll try to answer them.
We know them.
Randy, welcome to the show. Randy Kepper, Flash Rock Racer. I did get the thing from who we wanted it from just now.
Oh, cool.
So do you want to listen to it real quick while I talk? Here, I can just give it to you.
Yeah, let's hear.
Here. No, I'm going to give it to you. You got to take it. I'm not going to put them on air.
Oh.
You have to listen to it.
You can't just tell me?
No, I can't. I didn't listen to it.
Okay.
Can you let him play that real quickly here? Well, and Randy, don't put it up to the microphone. Just press play. You can hear it. Hold it away from the microphone.
Wait.
Jason, what's your favorite stock right now? If you had one you wanted to own, what would it be?
PSLV.
PS what?
PSLV.
What's PSLV?
It's a silver bullion trust owned by Eric Sprott. They actually take delivery of silver.
Oh no, we've owned this before.
Yeah, PSLV.
That's actually pulled back.
Options too.
Wow, that's really pulled back. Well, actually only from 855. So the high is 10.20 and the low. Can you go to my? Oh, you're on my screen. And the low is 745. Why do you like that?
Because you can get direct access to silver bullion without paying the premiums of obtaining silver right now. So if you were to go and buy actual physical silver, the spot price doesn't reflect the actual price because of all the paper that's being shorted on the market. So you're paying like 20%, 30% premiums right now on an ounce of silver. So if you want to avoid that and get direct access to owning silver, you can buy PSLV. PSLV is owned by Eric Sprott. They take delivery of silver bullion from the COMEX into their vaults, and just do your own research and take a look at it. It's just a easier way to get access to silver without paying massive premiums. Yeah.
Got it. J Money. I mean, Randy, my man. The Indy 500 practice opened up this week, and I watched some of it. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I just the information I got from Connor, he had a good test, and so did Renus, and I believe Ed did too. And what Connor was saying that was even though they were 15th and 17th, Renus was 15th, Connor was 17th on the time charts. 1 through 27 is separated by probably less than a second, so it was very close. But what Connor was explaining was that they were running by themselves, not in traffic. When you run in traffic, you get a tow and you get a greater speed. So Newgarden did a 229. I'm sure it was a tow. He was in traffic, and that's how he got that big number. So the good news is Connor said the cars are quick by themselves, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to. It doesn't matter if you're a pack of cars how fast you're running. You don't really get a true representation of the speed. So I think we're looking good. From what I'm hearing from Connor, he's excited, and the car sounds like it's fast, and should be a great month.
Randy, I'm going to play you the risk-on moment of the year for me. And
Okay.
This is a risk-on moment. Let's go to my screen real quick. So when it's up there and I see it, I'm going to play it. And this is frightening. And what you don't see is Colton Herta crashing right there. What you don't see is Will Power. That to give you some background here, Will Power was doing coming off of pit lane, and the other cars are coming around turn one about 220 miles an hour, and he spun out into traffic. That could have been a disaster, and it was not. And but Colton Herta did crash. Wait, Randy, did you see that?
Yeah, in case, and what I wanted to explain that to you. Castro Neves had a huge crash going in that warm-up lane too, entering the track. And if you remember when we went in October, no, it was in January when we went to the shop, and we got to do a tour of the track. They had put a sealer down, and it's to help prevent the water from, they can dry the track quicker when it rains. They can dry the track quicker with this new sealer. But the problem was it was slippery in that pit lane. They had not tested that before. And so 2 or 3 cars, Rossi spun, Power spun in that clip you showed, and then Castro Neves spun and had a huge crash in turn 2. So they Doug Bowles had a crew drag tires around that warm-up lane Wednesday night before the Thursday session so they could have more grip there. So they're trying to solve that. And it'll be solved before the month of May for sure. So
If you're going to be at the Indy 500, or be in Indiana for the Indy 500, email Randy at Alt Alliance. We'd like to know if you're going to be there. I'm not offering anything yet, but get on the list. Make sure you email Randy and say, Randy, I'm going to be there. There's a practice session a week before Carb Day and Qualifying Day, so we're going to be doing some giveaways there for people who Randy and I know watch the show, etc. We're doing a lot of brand name stuff there with Turn On Green, Alzamend, Bitcoin, BitNile. I love the crowd, man. I love the crowd. Randy, you want to cover anything else before we go?
Yeah, there's a Formula One race this weekend in Imola. Unfortunately, the track that took the life of Senna. They'll be racing there this weekend. It's going to be a great race. So they're going to have a sprint race. They did qualifying today, and there'll be a sprint race tomorrow. And the sprint race will determine the order for the race on Sunday. So it's an unusual weekend. They're having a few of these sprint races during the season. This will be the first one. And so Verstappen took the pole for the sprint race tomorrow. Leclerc second, Norris third, Alonso fifth, Ricciardo sixth. It looks like it's really exciting. But the only other thing I wanted to say was about this giveaway stuff. I mean, Todd doesn't owe anybody anything. We're working on these giveaways as far as the jerseys and the Bitcoin. And there's some people saying some rude stuff. Please be patient. We don't need the toxic comments. We're working on it. You're going to get your free giveaways. But again, Todd owes you nothing. He's been very generous to offer these things. And you'll be getting it soon enough as soon as we get it straightened out. So.
Yeah, Randy, I would. Anyone that's negative, you just don't have to send them anything.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have any obligation.
If we know who it is, we won't. But I mean, just be nice and you'll get your stuff.
It's all good. It's all good. We love giving stuff away. Hey guys, one of the things that happened, Randy, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yeah, you're welcome. And we'll cover more on Indy shortly. Okay, next week. All right, hey guys, Turn On Green today announced that. Let's go to my screen real quick. Turn On Green announced that they installed a vehicle. Now, I personally I don't. One thing that people don't understand is that we're a holding company, and there's a separate CEO who runs Turn on Green. It doesn't seem like they understand this. This is not my idea to publish this, but we support the subsidiaries. Now they're just excited that they got into a new location.
Yeah.
But it does open the door for what Turn on Green's doing in terms of installing EV units at multiple locations. And we're going to bring Marcus Travasta on the show Monday, the Chief Revenue Officer and President, and I'm going to kick someone's ass if they keep calling him nothing but the President, because he is the President and Chief Revenue Officer of Turn on Green. Marcus Travasta will be on the show to talk about other opportunities they have in EV. We're getting good feedback on the EV units, by the way.
Hey, just real quick.
Sure.
I've been so busy I didn't get to see this. Hampton Inn's a subsidiary of Hilton.
Is it Hilton or Marriott? I don't know.
Is it Marriott?
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
I'll find out.
right.
That's a shame on me for not knowing that.
I don't know it either.
Well, I mean, we own 2 Marriotts and 2 Hiltons.
That
You
was
think I would know that?
That was my next point.
Yeah, that's terrible of me.
That was
I'm
my-
so sorry.
That was my next point.
Right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you got back late last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I got back home about 11.
If there's, what's the number one thing that you would want to cover on today's show if you could? If you could just say, Todd, we got 20 minutes left, 19 minutes left. Besides a joke from Skyla, what's the number one thing you want to cover? You're so busy locking up power because obviously, like an oil well, if you install 20,600 miners, I'm going to stop saying that. If you install 2.4 exahash,
Right.
with difficulty going up, you ultimately mine less over time as difficulty gets harder. So you have to replace terahash with more miners.
Yep.
So you're always looking for power. By the way, anyone out there who has a great line on inexpensive power, let's get a hold of us, man. We're looking, right?
Douglas Gintz. Thanks, Douglas. Hampton
Douglas,
Inn
is
is
he
a
in there?
hotel brand owned by Hilton.
Yeah. So Douglas is the chief technology officer for BitNile and all of its subsidiaries. Douglas this dude is smart. By the way, every time I speak to Douglas, I get a little nervous because he's taking all the information in like he's reading my mind. Like Douglas, I got to poke him a little bit. But Douglas was like a rock star in the.
Are you saying
80s.
he's like a Pentium 1 million gigahertz processor?
He's like a Pentium 1 million gigahertz processor.
What I'd like to talk about, it just depends. I mean, there's a lot of things we can talk about in real life, like what's going on, or we can be hyper focused and talk about what's going on in the Bitcoin mining sector. It would be up to the folks. 158 people watching.
Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's ask questions. We're going to answer questions in here about the market, what Skyla smoked on 420, the type of thing she smoked, and the device she used to smoke it.
Device.
I'm kidding around. That's a joke.
It was
Skyla,
crazy.
Nebraska has cheap power, does it?
I don't know.
Jeffrey Lutz says Nebraska has cheap power. It's good to be the king. Centro's earnings will be on out Monday. Murmurs of an Amazon deal. Never heard of that. We don't pass rumors along,
No, that's
King.
whatever.
Okay, when will a minor update be again?
May 2nd,
May
Monday.
2nd, Monday, we will have a minor update. I'll be on my way, I believe, to England. You know, we have
What?
I'm going to England.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to go to England. We have a
More
company
travel.
over there we own
Yeah.
a big chunk of, and it's let me show you what this thing does. It is a textile machine.
Yep.
And let me see if I can get a small, like, little episode. Let's see here. Let's go to my screen real quick. I'll look it up here. It's a textile company. Hold on. How long is this one here? I don't want to put a long video on here. 1 year ago.
Yeah, Salisbury in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, I was this. Well, this is 42 minutes. I was at this one. Hey, here's the 30-second one. Let's look at this one real quick here. Look at. That's not it. Let's stay there though. Stay there. Let's look at this one real quick here. Look at. Yeah, that's the machine. Now this one has been installed in Portugal at the Pangaea location, and I'm going to be over there visiting some of the machines being made and installed.
That's awesome.
After all this pandemic, we're finally installing machines.
Spaghetti machines.
The pasta makers are going in. There you go. Anyways, I'm pretty excited about that. In case you can hear me in the background there. That's weird. Anyways, that is a big holding of BitNile through a subsidiary. So that's pretty exciting. What do we got going on this year, too? We got the hotel opening in Tribeca.
Correct.
We already own the 4 hotels in Wisconsin, 1 in Illinois. We got Gresham Worldwide merging with Gigatronics.
TOG.
Turn on Green being spun out, special dividend
Up
to
to
shareholders.
140.
No, it's 140 million shares of common
Right.
of Turn on Green and 140 million shares
Of warrants. Gotcha.
So 280 million total shares, half warrant, half not half. I mean 140 million common, 140 million warrants.
Yeah,
right.
two.
So 240 million tradable securities,
Right.
effectively, and that's going to be in Imperalis, which is changing its name to Turn on Green and merging them together.
IMHC.
Of course, we disclosed all this in all of our public filings. So those of you who are watching me who have little, hey, what's Todd saying? We make sure we disclose all this stuff first. Skyla,
Yes.
I'm going to answer some more questions, but let's get to a joke to like ease up all the stress out there people are seeing with the market being down 1,000 points. What do you got, Skyla?
Okay. So, if a band is playing music and a thunderstorm hits, who's most likely to get struck by lightning? The conductor, of course.
The conductor.
Oh,
of it.
there you go. There you go.
Nice.
Skyla W is the jokester, they call her.
Since it was raining today, I was like, I have to do a rain joke. It was so bizarre. It was all nice yesterday,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
raining
just
outside.
pouring
I know.
today, and then it's supposed to be
I got new
78
wiper blades.
tomorrow.
Ollie Trade God.
Ollie Trade God
good
has a
question.
question.
What's his question?
It's up there a little bit. What is it?
Todd, can you please answer regarding $14 million-ish of Nile at $2 in Alt Alpha, AK funds, but then diluting at 78, and now why?
Why hold through dilution?
Okay, first of all, I've never sold a single share of Nile.
Correct.
Never, which used to be DPW. Second of all, market conditions changed. We bought that stock through the fund, and then, of course, you had a wholesale sell-off on the market in the first quarter, and then you had a loan, which we were not able to refinance the way we wanted to. So we had to take measures to make sure the company was well-positioned. Now, it was my position that the company would suffer through a small cap sell-off, and it would suffer through a pullback. When we were in Dubai, we did have a thesis that Bitcoin could possibly trade lower before it traded higher. Remember, in Dubai, it went to 69,000, and we were right; it went to 32,000 after that. And so we are in a position to of strength now, because the things we've been planting at Nile for a lot of years are finally starting to pay off. We have Turn on Green getting ready to go public. We have Gresham merging with Gigatronics. And we have that data center, really a beautiful data center. Some jackass tried to tell me they thought it was fake.
What?
I don't know how you think all the independent. When you have 300 plus employees, trust me, if something's fake, they tell you. Okay, you can't hide. Not everyone likes me like Christy, my producer. Most people don't like me as much as she does.
I got a good question.
You hear that? Like everyone just ignores that.
Here's a great question.
I'm just kidding around, man. Come on, man.
Mills, let me give you this question.
But honestly, Ollie, what?
I want to give you a question.
Okay, but can I finish with Ollie? Or
Yeah,
you're going to forget it.
absolutely. No,
Okay.
go ahead.
So Ollie, I need you to understand that the company's dynamic. When we entered the end of the year with us 490 million in assets, we if you look at the long-term plan we put in place, we wanted to accumulate assets that we thought would spin off free cash, and so it's a really a dichotomy, right? On the one hand, I'm so thrilled with the people who work here. I'm so thrilled with the employees and the progress we're making. And on the other hand, I'm miserable with the stock price, okay? But I've got to look at the long term, the viability. I'm not worried about, I see people saying we're going to reverse. We're not reversing. If we had to reverse, the stock would have to be below, it'd just be way lower, and it would be a disaster. And what we already have a buyback in place. Now remember, we can't buy back stock right now because we're in a quiet period, because the 10K has to be issued and the first quarter 10Q have to be issued, which I believe is May 15th. So I'm very comfortable where you are. I know you guys aren't comfortable. Is my wife happy? She's not happy the price is down. Skyla's not happy her 401k's down. You're not happy, Jason. But you're happy with the business. We're happy with what's happening here. And sometimes the business doesn't match what's happening with the stock. I can't tell you to buy it. I wouldn't tell you to do that. I just tell you to focus on, you own a business, we own a business, we're trying to build it, and we're happy with where it is.
No, Josh, we're not okay with a reverse
Don't
split.
apologize. Okay, I won't apologize. Okay, I won't apologize for the things that Christy says to me.
Let me ask this question. Andrew Mills is a smart guy. He wants to know, Todd,
Yes.
approximately how many Bitcoin per day would it take for us to mine to pay the bills on the entire enterprise, or to be positive cash flow on the entire operation? I think that's a good question.
I don't know that we've given guidance there.
Let's think about it.
But we've told the street that we believe we're going to produce 100 in 50 million of Bitcoin at a certain
We
price,
have
right?
we have said that.
Right. And
Okay.
we've told them what the margins would be,
Margins are.
right?
We have said that. So
Yeah.
I guess he wanted to know what it takes to pay the bills. I don't know if we can answer that.
Well, he's assuming that only Bitcoin pays the bills.
Only, yeah.
Remember, Gresham has some 28 million in sales and growing.
That is
They
true.
pay bills.
That is true.
Turn on Green has bills, and of the
Well, the
lender,
lender
which we
pays-
just committed to in a press release.
Yeah.
We committed to developing a lender that's Bitcoin backed. The lender produced $16 million last year. Very high margin business.
We're gonna get-
and we
yeah.
have Mullen, which we made money on this year,
Yep.
a lot of money
For sure.
So I think the question: who was the guy who asked the question?
Andrew Mills.
Andrew, I think the problem with the question is you're assuming that only Bitcoin pays the bills. Not the case. I also see people saying they're assuming that the Indy car was paid all by us, but what they don't understand is that our partners involved. Earnity is a brand that we own 19.9% of, but we don't pay for everything for Earnity.
That's correct.
I see them on the car. I wonder if being this transparent is actually healthy. I'm starting to think I understand why companies only comment quarterly. I think maybe at the end of the day, the experiment of being transparent with BitNile every other day is not working.
200 and how many shows?
I don't think it's working.
Maybe we should stop.
I don't want to stop the show, but I think actually maybe the talking about BitNile is probably over. I think we'll probably go to a quarterly call because I just don't think that people are focused on this is a business with real people. And you do hurt people's feelings when you say that the 300 plus people that work here aren't real or the business isn't real. And you do hurt morale. Now, I help with morale because I pay well and take care of the people that I care about. We're a family here. That's why Christy moved from Los Angeles to here. That's why Brett and Nick show up every single day. We're a family.
I could use
That's why
yeah.
Jason, who wants to go back to Florida, won't leave because his friend Todd lives here.
That's true.
I bet you that's about 85% of the reason.
That's about right.
Maybe a little because you can play poker in right. So we're a family here, and my experiment was that I wanted to be open with everybody and available, but I don't know that it's working. I think, in fact, that it's not working from that perspective. I think the side of being available in terms of showing what people were doing with commercials and paying attention to that stuff, I think that thing's working. But we have to really look hard at whether the experiment of exposing everything.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of companies like Big Glory Holdings, they only they update quarterly. They don't have any no press conferences, no quarterly calls, and they have one meeting a year, right? And so my point here, Jason, is this is something we have to look at because it's not really working for people,
Boat
right?
said, Jason, get Todd a tissue. Oh, Boats.
Oh, I'm not crying. I'm okay. I promise you. I'm okay.
Jason needs a raise. Hey, Danny, I did not pay you to say that,
Jason needs a raise.
but I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Todd. I'm not going anywhere till we see this thing through. We're going to see this thing through.
Trust me. The funny part about it is you have to just ask yourself a simple question. Let's forget us for a second.
Yeah.
Let's look at Mara, Riot, and the Bitcoin business out there.
Right.
I just don't think it's going away. And
It's
I'm pretty
not.
excited about it. So, listen, does this mean I can buy miners cheaper?
yeah.
Well, it does help to have cash if you want to buy miners,
It
right?
does. And we can deploy.
Let me cover up my tears. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Guys, it is April 22nd, 2022.
Damn, BMR Traders needs 2 raises in it. And I need an assistant. I do need an assistant.
You do need an assistant.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
I happen to know one.
yeah, I know one.
I know one too.
She's probably watching.
Yeah, she's probably watching. We love Andrea.
Dude, we're gonna keep executing the plan.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
I know, but I've been through this in 33 years. I've seen this where when one time, and I'm not comparing myself to Amazon. I'm saying I remember Jeff Bezos talking about all the metrics for the company were doing great, and the stock was $4 down from like 100.
Yes.
And so we see the business and we say, hey, look at our last 10K. Look at the earnings power of the company. Those miners are getting installed like crazy. By the way,
Yeah.
I see all those shipments coming.
We're
So
bringing it.
I'm just comfortable.
We're
and I
bringing it.
appreciate it, guys. I want to answer your questions. I really do.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about this. Let's hold on. You don't see Fred Thiel or Jason Less if you don't know who they are. Fred's the CEO of Mara. Jason's the CEO of Riot. Those guys don't have every other day. They're not out doing shows, taking tough questions, being as transparent as legally possible. These other crypto tickers, it's not a knock on them. We choose to do this.
Yep.
But, I could take these 5 hours a week and deploy them into an other capacity here. But we're doing this.
Yeah, it's also, you need to remember one thing about Nile. It's a diversified holding company that has said in many, many releases that it's going to break up some of its assets. So as we accumulate it and we incubate it and we get it ready, we do believe there'll be an event where things will get spun out, like Turn On Green,
Right.
like Gresham Worldwide.
Yep.
MTIX. We own a large portion of that company, the pasta maker, as they like to say, but it's not. It's a advanced textile finishing company that does not pollute the environment. We have a Bitcoin mining company, which we're thrilled of. But I got to tell you, one of the most important press releases I want people to pay attention to, if you own Nile, was the one we issued this week about Bitcoin. I need you to understand that we're a lender, we're a licensed lender, and backing that lender with Bitcoin along with the cash we have. We ended the year with more than 100 million in assets, or approximately 100 million assets in the lender. People will start to see us as a little different of a company when the quarters start to hit. I think a few quarters from now, people will understand what we're doing. Once Turn On Green's ready, things are happening. There'll be a different outlook on the company. Obviously, I'm bullish.
This is my personal opinion.
But please don't buy the stock.
No.
Consult your financial
No,
advisor.
do not.
And make your own decisions. I'm not recommending it.
My opinion, I feel the best I've ever felt about the operation, the business plan, and the execution. That's just my opinion.
I am in the best mood I've ever been in when it comes to how the business is doing.
Right.
I'm unhappy for the shareholders. I'm not going to lie. I'm
and we're
unhappy for them,
shareholders.
right?
I mean,
and we're shareholders.
We're shareholders.
My wife reminds me every day that we're shareholders.
Yeah.
Right. But we're grateful for those people who are sticking with us. I do want to warn you, though. Bitcoin's a risky asset, and you should consult your financial advisor. Make sure you're not over allocating. Don't buy Nile on anything I've said. Do your own research. Do your homework.
100%.
Get yourself comfortable. Read the chat boards. Read all those people out there. There's lots of great information out there. But Jason, let's see. We go into the last. Is this the last week of the month?
Where are we at here? April 22nd?
We are. It's the last week of the month, right?
Yep.
So we go into the last week of the month, and the rumors are always sell in May and go away.
Well, that is
I think
true.
we've already been selling, so I don't know what else is left to sell.
Yeah.
We can't really go away, but we will be in Alabama this weekend. So, no, not this weekend. Next weekend, we'll be at Barber for the road course race, the Indy series, where we have the BitNow car running. And then, of course, we have the Risk On conference coming up after that, which those of you who are not going to the Risk On conference, shame on you. Just kidding.
Shame.
What?
Shame.
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 Check out the Risk On conference, 1-8444-RISK-ON. You're going to meet all those people that are going to be there. We're going to take pictures, we're going to shake hands, we're going to ask questions. Nicole Arbor, Damon John, who's the closing speaker on Friday, and the closer on Saturday. Mr. Investor himself, right? The Mooch. Mm-hmm. Anthony Scaramucci will be there. Bradley, Thomas Lee. By the way, Thomas Lee from CNBC.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the coolest thing ever. Charles Payne, Greg Foss. Dude, did you see that Bitcoin?
It's a good lineup.
Did you see Bitcoin Weekly yet?
No.
I did a great interview with Greg Foss. The opening episode that you could not be at was Greg Foss was on.
Oh yeah, it was. Really
I didn't
He was
see
a
it.
special
Should go
guest.
back and
Dude,
watch
it was off the chart. It was one of the coolest Bitcoin interviewers. I love Greg.
I love Foss.
Greg is awesome, dude. Connor Daly, Greg Foss, Aaron Schock, Congressman.
We might have another special guest on the Bitcoin
C-Rock.
night. The Bitcoin night we might bring somebody in there.
I'm hearing rumors. There could be other people there. Guys, I know it's a tough market out there. Be careful. Everyone, this is a risk-off environment, but you are watching Risk On. And don't be afraid to make decisions. But take responsibility for the ones you do. Don't blame others. But if you do, blame yourself. Everyone, this is Risk On. Check out our social media. Todd Ault, you can see me everywhere. My face is everywhere, all over that social media. Jason is not as prolific on social media, are you?
No, I'm a recluse. Well, you can catch me in the casinos beating them up.
I've said this many times, guys, before we leave, with the 2 minutes left we have. Rising interest rates are gravitational pull downward on the market. You see tech stocks selling off. Dude, as you talk about Nile, ask yourself how you feel about owning Netflix that was $700 in November, and it's $215. This is a wholesale pullback. The markets, the NASDAQ being down 18, the S&P down 10, does not reflect the true, really, to me, carnage in the market.
The inflation's not going away. Food prices soaring. Food shortages regionally. Just be careful out
now,
there.
you're probably saying, well, why are you being positive, Todd? Because I have made the most money I've ever made during volatile markets, and we have cash. We have cash. We're lending out there. We have cash. We're mining Bitcoin every day. When I go to bed at night, new Bitcoin appears into our custodial wallet. Bing, bing, bing. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And the subsidiaries that we have, hotels, by the way, hotel business up. People are traveling again. We bought hotels. I feel good about what we're doing. Yeah, we're a little diversified. That's true, but I feel good about it.
Yep.
And special thanks to everybody who was out back east. Jason, Crypto Joe, Darren, Jay, the team out there scouring the earth for more power.
We'll have some updates for you on that.
Yeah, for sure. May 2nd, we'll have a Bitcoin update, a mining update. Everybody, thank you so much for being here.
Awesome.
This is Risk On. Risk On, everybody. Take care. We'll see you Monday. Whatever your business is, if you want to scale it, you want to be here, we're going to have lots of other people there that have actually built businesses.
This will make somebody's life about 1,000 times better.
You got a business and you want to expand your business, whether you're in the restaurant business, you're in technology, whatever your business is, if you want to scale it, you want to be here. This is going to be a conference where you can learn something, meet people, and network. Limited slots are available. Head over to ToddAult.com and register today.